Now let's take you through the grid for the last mini and mini rookie heat of the 2024 season. On pole, well, one win for Vince van der Hollen, who starts on the inside. Joining him on the front row is the driver that won Heat 2, Michiel Zajac from Poland. Jeff Verbeek and Jensen Chalk make up row number 2, ahead of Jack Freeman, Benedictas Masiokas, Vic van Kampenhout, Max Jolly, Victor Reutz, Arthur Farrow, Maria Roberto, Albert Farrow, with Pauline van Preet, Tristan Aviles and Theo Steindal rounding up the top 15. Leon Herbos, Taffin Iskanen, Klaus Hans, Dejan Habits, Ryan Rampadarath, Ronald Venter and Plamen Georgiev. The only driver to pick up a penalty was Maria Roberto, taking a 5-second penalty for a front fairing out of position. So after this, we're going to have 3 more races to go before the dust settles ahead of Championship Sunday tomorrow morning. And what's more, it is going to be an exciting Championship Sunday. More to the point, it's one that everyone has an anticipation for, myself included, but more particularly to the fact that championships will be completed. And more to the point, when can you start watching the action? Well, in about 18 hours time, at 10:20 is when we'll go live. Tomorrow morning, the first of the races will be the Mini, Max and Rookie Super Heat at 10:30 tomorrow local time. As you can see, the rain is like going, yep, we're going to keep on falling. And it has dropped the temperature as well. Wind speed has increased 16 kilometers per hour to the southeast. 87% humidity, 75% chance of the fact that the rain will continue as it is, and 10 degrees Celsius, exactly the same temperature that we had when we started with timed qualifying at 10:30 local time this morning. So let's get ready for one final time on Saturday Heats Day. Out of the tram lines, into the corridors they go. Lights are out and a deluge of spray exonerates itself behind the Mini-Max field as they head into turns 1 and 2 on the opening time. Arthur Farrow's dropped all the way down to last. I think maybe he's just started from the dummy grid. But Victor Reutz round the outside at turn number 3. That's third place for the 176 from SP Motorsport. Great work there by Victor Reutz, as he's going to make it nearly 3 wide coming out of turn number 6 in the battle for P2. Vince van der Hollen, however, has gotten an initial advantage as the field negotiates its way through turn number 7, through 8. It's getting a little bit wide at points. No lap 1, turn 2 spin for Max Jolly on this particular occasion. The young man from Hunter Motorsport, owned and operated by by Reese Hunter. Brother Kai is also here this weekend. Kai, who has been running with Rollinson Performance Group this year over in the US, said, I've really been enjoying it. So it's good to see that some of the talents, of course, Kai Hunter, last year's BNL champion in senior road tax, having followed in the footsteps of Kai Rilats. Sean Butcher, who's still racing, but Sean is here in a more official behind-the-scenes capacity at KR Sport. Shout out to his dad, Glenn, over in London. But at the moment, Vince van der Hollen leads the way. Jensen Chalk now second. Victor Reutz is third. Vic van Kampenhout fourth. Michael Zayak, Jeff Verbeek, Jack Freeman round out the top 7. Max Jolly, Maria Roberto, Albert Ferro and Benedictas Masiokas. That makes it 6 out of the top 11 being from the United Kingdom. Klaus Hans has made it up 6 places from 18th on the grid as Vic van Kampenhout is trying to get through on Michael Zayak. Now that is a battle for 4th place. So from Klaus Hans we've got Theo Steindal up 2 places to 13th, Pauline Van Plate, Leon Herboz, Ryan Rampadarath up 4 places now from 20th to 16th. 4.5 minutes to go, plus an additional lap in this last mini max heat of the weekend. Now, the big question is that if Vince van der Hollen, who has finished 1st and 2nd, he wins this race and it's confirmed, van der Hollen will take the maximum score of 55 points in the ranking after heats following on to today, from today's action. So there is a distinct possibility that he will have that score to his credit. Vic van Kampenhout all got a little touch from behind in the wet conditions as Michael Zayak. And that was a bit close for comfort there. Vic van Kampenhout and Michael Zayak, I think, nearly had a moment down the Europalan at about the best part of over 85 kilometres an hour whilst accelerating down into turn 7. So these drivers are really, really having to keep an eye on how they negotiate the circuit, because it is far, far from easy. There's standing water puddles all over the place. And you've just got to be prepared to put it on the line. However, at the moment, Jensen Chalk is now with Vince van der Hollen. Michael Zayak has now dropped to 6 behind Jeff Verbeek. So at the moment, I think if van der Hollen finishes behind Chalk, he's safe. That's all I'm saying on that one. But Jensen Chalk, who has been the points leader, really got the wind up everybody else's sails, did young Jensen. He's not as young as the pipsqueak he used to be. Mark Baines will attest to that. Greetings to Dubai, by the way, Mr. Baines. Hope you're keeping well over there. You got your facts of 50 on the go. So Vince van der Hollen, in some respects, would have the opportunity to close the gap. But then also you have to take, when we go into the final intermediate classification, following on from the superheats tomorrow lunchtime, that is when the points will be, I will recalculate the points. I'm going to add them up tonight, as I would normally do after everything's finished and everything's confirmed. But Jensen Chalk, that's a sweet little move. Van der Hollen struggled for traction. Chalk went, see you later, bye. Right, 3-second time penalty for number 30, Theo Steindal. 3-second time penalty, that is for breaking the formation with 1 or 2 wheels outside of the tram line. So the young Norwegian gets a little slap on the wrist, I'm afraid. So that just goes to show how quickly an effort that you can make in a race, and then all of a sudden it just goes horribly, horribly wrong. We're down to the final minute and 10 seconds, plus an additional lap, but Vince van der Hollen will effectively book himself on pole position for the superheat tomorrow. Now, bearing in mind the points allocated, as in after each stage, are depending on where you sit in the results after each. So like qualifying heats, that will be after the heats on Saturday. Final intermediate classification, that is the combination of your point score from the qualifying heats and the superheat combined. Then, if you are the winner of the final, it's a 55-point pickup. Right, another penalty coming in. 3 seconds to, looks to be Dejan Habits. That'll be another driver that has circumvented the race start, as in breaking formation. So we're on to our penultimate lap of this race. Fastest lap so far, Jensen Chalk, 1:18.932. But at the moment, Van der Hollen, sitting pretty in second, has an opportunity to now take another maximum score. And looking at it from this perspective, Jensen Chalk has been on an unbeaten run since the final at Marienborg at round 2. Van der Hollen has taken 2 maximum scores. So Victor Reutz has taken a maximum score. Qualifying heats leader at round 1 at Genk. Michael Zayak was leading after qualifying heats added with the super heats at round 1. And one other driver who only took part in the opening round of the season won the final. Oliver Warner, the 1:23. So Jensen Chalk, in terms of first place finishes or maximum scores, has had the best of anybody. So last lap underway. Well, Jensen Chalk is leading, and his lead is now 1.3 seconds over Vince van der Hollen from Belgium. Max Jolly now up to 6th place, past Jeff Verbeek. Who we got running at the top 10? Maria Roberto and Benedictas Masiokas. So again, just showing strength in wet weather conditions. Some drivers love it, some drivers hate it. Don't go and ask Mike Van Vugt. He'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not going to talk about a certain incident in Bavaria, Michael. I won't do that to you, and I won't do that on air. But Jensen Chalk, however, makes his way steadily through. A young man from Wootton Under Edge. Dad runs his own used car specialist dealership. Very hard-working man, but also makes time for his son. It's always great to see. But it's 3 different winners from 3 different heats. Van der Hollen Heat 1, Zayak Heat 2. Now, add to that list the Grand Festival winner of 2024, Jensen Chalk to that. And with a 2nd place finish, Vince van der Hollen provisionally books himself on pole position for tomorrow morning's Super Heat. 3rd, Victor Reutz. 4th, Michael Zayak. Max Jolly takes 5th away from Vic van Kampenhout in the dying stages. Jeff Verbeek, Jack Freeman, Maria Roberto, Theo Steindahl, Klaus Hans, Benedictas Masiokas, Pauline Van Preet, Albert Farrow, Leon Herbos, Tafin Iskanen, Tristan Abeels, Blaman Georgiev, Ryan Rampadarath, Dean Habits, and just waiting, here he is, the number 5, representing South Africa. Ronald Venter makes it across the line to complete the race, and unfortunately, well, Arthur Farrow, I don't think even made it to the start. But there you go, 3 different winners from 3 different heats. Van der Hollen provisionally your pole sitter for the Super Heat tomorrow morning.